Good morning. My computer is having issues this morning. So, I'm in my bedroom on my phone. It's okay. Doesn't matter where I am. And there's a reflection. I thought maybe maybe I should do it outside. It's not a very nice day today. It's not very sunny here in the Sunshine State. This whole year has been not normal. Yeah, the reflection from my glasses. Maybe I should keep my head down. Strange not doing this in front of my computer. I used to do Facebook Lives like this all the time. Just pick up my phone and just go live. So, I just wanted to talk about how we blame others for hurting us. That's what it's about. What? It's raining out. That wasn't in the forecast at all. Anyway, we blame others for hurting us. What if no one can hurt you? What if it's not possible for somebody else to hurt you? When you become aware of what's going on within this body, you realize, Cynthia, it says I can bring them on video. Would you like to be brought on video? And that would be cool. Good morning. My computer died. Well, it's not dead, but it's close to dying. I don't know what the hell turned it on this morning, and it's not doing what it normally does. So I'm in my bedroom on my phone. Anyway, so what I was saying is not possible for somebody else to hurt you. And when you notice when you're with other people and somebody says something and you feel a contraction in your body, especially in your torso, that right there is in reaction to what somebody has said. That trigger, that reaction is coming from something that you're thinking and believing within that's not true about yourself. And they've hid it. And like Hope says, they are your gift. How else are you going to know that it's hurting underneath there? And that whole post that I wrote this week, was it Friday? Was about, because I see so much blame. Actually, I have a friend on Facebook that is massacring Taylor Swift. He doesn't even know who she is, but is bashing her. Oh, hi, Harley. Oh, it's good to see you. Good morning. So, when you're bashing someone, and I'm not saying it's wrong. I mean, until you know better, you do better. And it's not even about better either. It's about seeing when you are talking about somebody else in a negative light. It hurts inside you. They are just being who they are. Like this one that's bashing Taylor Swift all over his Facebook page. He doesn't even know Taylor Swift. But this decides, I don't like this person, even though you don't know who, and just nastiness. But all that nastiness is coming from within. We're so cut off from our body and how it's feeling normally because it hurt so bad when we were kids to feel like we were not good enough, something's wrong with us, we're doing something wrong. So it hurts. And as it hurts, if you're able to say thank you to that person for getting me to see that it hurts, that is the ultimate. Because how do we know anything is lurking inside? How do we know subconsciously what we're thinking and believing about ourselves that is not true unless the trigger, unless somebody says something? And like one time, somebody here, when we first got here, I was talking on the phone at the pool. And during the conversation, this man comes over to me and says, he stands at the end of my lounge chair and says, "You are the rudest person I've ever met." Something like this. He just was glaring at me, talking like that at the pool. Meanwhile, he's got the radio going, but whatever. I just said, "Thank you for letting me know." And I continued my conversation, got up, and went over to the island instead. But how else would I would have known that I was doing something wrong if that trigger within was automatic? It was like, "Ooh, I did something wrong," because we're programmed like that from when we're little. When we take on this identity and believe that we are this person, we end up, when we've done something, say we spilt the milk or whatever. Why did you do that? It hurts. It hurts. We contract and we store within the number one belief is I'm not good enough, and then I can do something wrong. I'm doing it wrong. That is across the board. Peter and I were helping somebody get their place set up. And hi, Johnny. And I was so petrified of doing it wrong that it was miserable. I always felt like I needed to make sure I'm doing it right. It's so crazy how much this constantly tells you you're doing it wrong. So that's what makes us project out there that they're doing it wrong. Like Taylor Swift is doing it wrong. She's just has a boyfriend. Her following is not her fault that people idolize her. She just got out there and started singing and people like her. But along with likers, you have haters. It just depends on which side your mind, that's another thing, decides to land on, like or hate. There's no sides. We are all in this together. We are one. That's why it hurts when you condemn somebody else. When you say they're doing it wrong. It hurts. Because they're not doing it wrong. They're just doing it. If you were in their shoes from the time they were born, and you'd be doing exactly what they're doing too. No two people had the same upbringing, the same belief that deep down that I'm doing it wrong, or something's wrong with me, or I'm separate, I'm not enough. And then we spend our whole lives trying to prove that we are enough. In money, in cars, in homes, in clothes, in shopping. None of it will ever fulfill you. Period. It will never make you feel enough. Anything in this world will never make you feel enough. It's an inside job. You gotta go inside and see that you were always enough just by being here. This society has it all wrong. It's about money, going places, doing things, buying things. It's only a temporary hit. You have to go inside and realize there's nothing wrong with you. Nothing has ever been wrong with you. Isn't that a beautiful thought? Especially when that mind underneath is always thinking there's something wrong with you. You can do it wrong. You're in the wrong place. Oh my goodness. It's just relentless when you don't see the thoughts. When you see them, it's still relentless, but you can see them and realize that they're not true. They're not true. None of them. None of them are true. That's the best part about this, is realizing that anything you think is not true. And it's constantly thinking. Constantly. Blah, 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 blah. It's a... what do I want to call it? Ticker tape. Ticker tape that does not end. Just keeps going and going and going. The only time it stops is when you're sleeping. Or if you can get in that space of meditation, going inside. And the thing is, when you take the breath and go inside, it stops it temporarily because you're following your breath right down into your sides, right down into your body, into your hips. Bring it right down into your hips. As you do that, you cannot focus on thoughts at the same time as you're focused on the breath. And when you're done, after, I don't even know, seconds, more thoughts will come. And then you'll be going down. And then it's like, okay, bring it back. Because all of that is imagination. All of those thoughts that seem to take you away, they're coming from the past and projecting into the future that's not even happening. It's not real. It's literally imagination. It's not real. That's why they call it the dream of separation. Because that's all there is now. The rest is literally a dream that you believe you're going through and doing it wrong or right, even doing it right. There is no wrong or right. That's the mind separating good, bad, right, wrong, duality. When duality doesn't exist in reality, we think this is reality. It isn't. Right here, right now is all there is. Recognizing that bird singing, that's in the past, it's gone. Not to say that that's not a beautiful sound, but actually it can take you into the now. But talking about it, it's gone. It's gone, it's over. It's good to see you, Johnny D. And Cynthia and Harley. You guys don't have any questions? Is there anything going on in your life that you'd like to talk about? That you'd like some clarity on? I can give it my best shot and see how it resonates with you. It's supposed to be beautiful and sunny today. It is not. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the computer to the doctor, I guess. See, there's a thought in the past, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not here now, where nothing is wrong. There's a belief that there's something wrong with the computer. Definitely needs a tune-up, but it's not wrong. It's just what's happening. Literally everything is just happening. Seems like it's happening. In the now, when there's only now, nothing's really happening. Literally nothing is happening. And that's a stretch for that mind. It's not going to understand. That mind is never going to understand that nothing's happening. It'll argue with it till the day it dies. Yeah, because the mind's going to die. The mind is going, hi, Felona. Oh. The mind, body mind, which we are identified with, is going to pass. But who we really are doesn't go anywhere. It's almost, the 23rd will be a year since my dad passed. My dad passed. Who he was exited that body. Whatever animated his body, the reactions, the voice, the movements, that aliveness that we are, doesn't go anywhere. Where's it gonna go? Literally, where can it go? And that whole thing about heaven and hell that we're taught from the time we're young, like heaven is a place we're gonna go afterward. There's heaven and hell is right here on this. Good morning from the county. Beautiful day for ice fishing. Yeah, my son's been ice fishing. Yesterday was apparently 50 degrees or close to 50. They had a blast out on that water, ice, out on the water. Watching from the shack. No kidding. I just thinking about it makes me cold. Just a thought, a memory of cold. The thing is, that's okay too. Being cold. It's just a thought. I don't like it. Okay, where was I? There was something I was going to say. I forgot. 40 degrees? Wow. 40 up in the county in the beginning of February is, woo, that's bonus. That's beautiful. Melting. Yeah, it's a completely different thing when you're in Florida. Completely different. There's no bonus like it's adding to the summer or the warmer, the spring or whatever. Funny. Completely different mindset down here than it is up there. That's probably why it was so hard at first coming down here. Hi, Tanya. Because when we were up in Maine for 55 years. So getting used to, knowing the seasons, the putting the clothes, the summer clothes away, getting out the winter clothes, all of that. Hi, honey. It's not like that here at all. There's no putting any clothes. Well, I don't have as much clothes as I had. Basically, it's shorts, tank tops, t-shirts. Some jeans. Actually, it's been the coolest winter yet. And this is going to be our 5th year. Wow, 5 years. Anyway, what was I saying? I was saying something about here now. Oh, I was saying that your mind's not going to ever understand that there is nothing happening. It's not. It's a feeling. It's a getting into your body and realizing that we are not these bodies and minds. Oh yeah, seeing dad in the bed when we left, the aliveness of what we are was there, obviously. And when we got back, we didn't make it in time. It was only a few hours, and we didn't make it back in time. And he was gone. He was gone. The body was still there. The aliveness, who he was, is gone. Not really gone, because where the hell is it going to go? Back into this, whatever. It's just that aliveness is nothing. Literally, and that scares the shit out of this. That it's nothing. I am nothing. We really are nothing. Top of the morning to ya. Who's that? Jimmy, hi Jimmy. Love that you do this. Get another perspective. Very, very needed perspective with great integrity. Oh, you're the best, Jimmy. Oh, yeah. It's just a different. We call this reality, but it isn't. When we believe we're separate from that life force, that aliveness, and take on this identity of an I, this body, it's painful because it's never enough. The minute you feel separate from that aliveness, that God, or what, God, not a man in the sky judging you to go to hell or heaven. Hell and heaven are right here on this earth. When you believe you are this body and mind, it hurts because it's a roller coaster ride of ups and downs. The up being, say you get a new car or new whatever. If the drugs used to be a high, right, Jimmy? That used to be a high. But it was never enough. A car, a house. What do the people who have a lot of money have? A lot of cars, a lot of homes. It's never enough. When you are believing you are this body and mind, it's never enough. Period. No amount of worldly anything is ever going to bring you enough. Nothing in this world will ever satisfy that body and mind when you believe it. That's it. And when you see that aliveness, whatever is doing this, I have no rehearsal. I have no idea. When you're talking with somebody, you don't know what's coming out of your mouth. It's just happening. All of this is just happening. Life is just happening. There is no separation from the idea of God or life. Lifing. Life is doing its thing. It's literally the birds. There's nobody inside there saying, I guess I'm gonna, or taking it personally if somebody says something to offend it. There's no person inside a bird or an animal. There's nobody in there. It's literally just going along with life, just following the flow of it. And us fights whatever's happening. I don't like that. I can do it wrong. Hi, Allie. What if you couldn't do it wrong? What if it's not possible to do life wrong because you're not doing it? When we take on this identity of I'm somebody, go with the flow, exactly, let go. What we're letting go of is the idea of who we are, the identity. All these identities are what keeps our heart in a cage. A cage it's a prison, keeps your heart behind a wall. Because if you believe you can do it wrong, you're afraid of the other judging you for doing it wrong. But you're already judging yourself. That's the bottom line. You're not afraid of somebody judging you. You're afraid of somebody recognizing the judgment that you're already saying to yourself subconsciously. I'm not good enough. There's something wrong with me. It's not possible. Grand Rising, how exciting. Yeah, it's a foreign concept to the mind, but who all of you really are is feeling the truth of it. It is not going to be supported by anything in this world except when you're in nature and you see nature doing its thing. There's nobody in there saying I did it wrong. Although if a human says, bad dog, or whatever, you did something wrong, it will cower because it feels that energy. It feels that energy of, I did it wrong. Oh, and you can see it in the poor dog. But a bird out there, if you say that to us, an alligator, whatever. We just held an alligator. Hannah was here for a few days, and we went to the Everglades and did a ride, and they had an airboat ride, and then we held an alligator. It was pretty cool. It was a 3.5-year-old, so it was a pretty good size one. And the smoothness of that alligator is not ever gonna believe it's doing something or even believe it's a thing. There's no identification in animals. They're not identified like we are. The thing is, if we take our cue from nature, that's why we feel good in nature, because there's no identity. We are nature. That aliveness that we are, that's nature. The same thing that grows the trees, branches. I one time I said, it's like who we are. This is the closest analogy I can get to. See how this lands for you. The closest thing is the wind. You'll never see the wind, but it moves the trees. So we are, the actuality of who we are is the wind. You'll never see what that is, but it makes thoughts go, hey, wow, it's so nice to see you on here, Matt. Anyway, it makes the wind makes the trees, branches go, just like the wind say. I don't want to conceptualize, that's what the mind does, but if we are the wind, that aliveness within, it doesn't go. It doesn't, don't see it, but it makes the hands go. It makes the voice, it makes everything seem to happen. But nothing's happening. And that is freaked up. I know that mind is like, what is she saying? Literally nothing is happening, because the past and the future are literally thought, imagination. It's gone. Literally gone. The past is gone. Future never, ever happens. There is no future and there is no past. You can look at pictures and go to the past and say, the mind will say, there's a proof that it happened. But in reality, it's gone. It's living in imagination. Every now moment is all there is. Now, 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 now. The minute you identify a now moment, it's the past. It's gone. It's gone. Gone, 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 gone. It's all gone. And if you are believing in you are a person going through life, it hurts, because it's mostly the belief that you're doing it wrong. And if you notice, just notice that your mind uses other people to beat you up. You're less than, you're not enough, they've got blah, 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 and I don't. It's not about stuff. It's not about getting, it's not about money. It's not about any worldly thing. It's not. You know that hurts. Believing that it's about something in the world. Something in the world will never make you happy. Look at all the stars. Michael Jackson, the biggest stars. Whitney Houston, they all killed themselves because the drugs were never enough to drown out the thoughts of I'm not enough, something's wrong with me. But who they are, who they truly are, isn't hurt by anything. It's only when your body hurts, it's contracted and it's right there. That's your temple bell letting you know that what you're thinking and believing in the moment is not true. It's hurting you. Or it's hurting the body and mind. It's not hurting who you are because you are the wind. The essence, the aliveness. And when you're quiet by yourself and go within, you feel that aliveness. Identify with that. Bring that aliveness to a conversation and watch what happens. Just being present with somebody. It's the best. They feel it. You feel it. All we are is dust in the wind. Wow, right? Really? You know that when you identify with this body and mind, it hurts. Because it's never enough. That's the very first belief that comes from takes away from the now moment. The minute you think you're something else over here, this body and mind, oh, I'm a me, that little me, all those identifications, every identification holds you hostage. Because the first thought is, I'm not enough, and then I can do it wrong. Or somebody else can do it wrong to me. I'm a victim. That's a big one. I'm a victim of them. I'm a victim of life. A lot of people, people believe that. Innocently. Innocently. This message is for the people who are tired of believing they're a victim and someone else did, because you just start cutting them out, pushing them out, and holding resentment for that person, and it just keeps going down the line, and you don't even stop to think, okay, the common denominator is not all of them, it's me, the hurt little victim me. They've done it to me. So you just keep cutting people out. And the worst part is cutting the closest ones that you supposedly love. That's another thing. Personalities don't really love. If it can turn to hate because they did something to me in an instant, that wasn't love. Love is finding that aliveness within you. That's what love is. That way, when you identify with that, then somebody can say whatever they, and you have compassion for them because they're not loving themselves. It's not personal. Can you feel that? It's not ever personal. You're able to love them even if they hate you or if they die. My dad dying almost a year ago now. When I think of him, I just feel the love. There's still been no grief. There's no sadness. He's right here. Where the hell could he go? He was literally my projection of his body and mind is what I think of him. When I think of him, oh my God, I just feel that love. But he wasn't even that. He was that essence, that aliveness that I am, that everybody is, that everything is. Every single thing is a projection of our mind. My little grandson, who's 6 months old, he doesn't know there's a him. He doesn't know there's eyeballs. He doesn't know there's a world. He knows nothing. So he's happy. Of course there's sadness. Something irritates. There's uncomfortableness in the body and he cries. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, that's in the moment. Feeling it in the moment. And it passes. It doesn't stay like that forever. And then the next moment, you just take a paper bag and, not a paper bag, a garbage bag and my son, he starts laughing. That video is so precious. He's laughing for I don't even know how long. Each time Taylor flings the bag, he can't even catch his breath. He's laughing. Babies laugh. Oh, the joy. That's what we are. Without the thoughts of, I'm not good enough, something's wrong with me, I'm separate from God, separate from life, it hurts. Yes, that video was freaking awesome. It's just so precious. Babies are so innocent. We are all that. We are exactly that. Until we took on looking in the mirror, that's Matthew. And there's the me. Oh, I'm a me. And then when the me does something supposedly wrong, say he spills the milk, why did you do that? There's the identity. I did something wrong. And the contraction within the body, it hurts. And that is carried through the rest of our lives until we unless we come across this message and go, that sounds like it could be more true than the pain that I'm feeling daily when I wake up. There's a gap. I've noticed that there's a gap. When you wake up, there's a slight gap before the identity comes in. And you feel that contraction immediately as soon as the identity comes back in. Because in sleep, there's no thoughts. And in your dreams, things happen. What's actually happening? Nothing. Nothing is happening in reality. There's a body laying there. All imagination, just like this daytime dream. What's the difference between a nighttime dream and a daytime dream? Basically, you believe this one when it is a dream. It's still a dream. And whether it's heaven or hell is when you're believing you are a person in it. That hurts. As soon as I wake up, the minute the person comes on, Lori comes online, I feel it. And then you breathe and know that's not who I am. That's basically finding the love that you are. That aliveness is love. And as you find it within, you just carry it with you and give it away. You just love everyone and everything. It just, hi, Christina! And you can't do it wrong. Nobody's doing it wrong. Everybody is in your life to wake you up. If you want to wake up, if you're tired of the roller coaster of ups and downs and realizing that nothing in this world is ever going to bring you happiness, because happiness is your true nature. It's what you are. Without believing you're a me going through life, doing it wrong. The minute you believe you're separate from life, it hurts. I'm a me. I can do it wrong. Nobody has any questions today. Hi, Sandra. Oh my goodness. Gosh, my computer died. Didn't die, but it was slowed. I don't know what the hell's going on with it, but this is the first time I had to prop it up on the desk in the bedroom. And I said, I'm not doing Zoom, just going to do Facebook Live like I used to. And I've had the most people here today. I love connecting with you guys. I hope you felt what I said. I didn't say it. Lori didn't say it. It's literally coming through. I have no idea what's going to be said. It just goes. Lori gets out of the way, and this just comes out. And if it resonates with you, I love that for you. And me. The you and the me. Because when you realize you are the life, love, as you come to love this, as you come to realize this, the love grows within. So the pain isn't so prevalent, the hurt. So you can be more in the moment, be more here now, which is all there is. And that love just comes out. It just comes out for everyone and everything. Even saying comes out isn't even, it's just felt. It's felt, and then it's spread? I don't know. Spread, I guess. And anytime you condemn someone else for doing it wrong, you're hurting you, period. That's it. I guess that's the whole message from that post that I wrote the other day. Feel it. Being by yourself is the best. I know they use it for solitary confinement is the worst punishment in a jail, but Nelson Mandela that's when he found his true essence, that love, that aliveness that we are. That's our freedom. And I'm not saying that I'm 100% there. That's not true. Don't even think that. I'm just passing on a message that I've come to see that lessens the pain inside. The roller coaster of highs and lows. Like when something good happens, I don't get all over the top, like excited like I used to. And when something really seems like bad happens, I don't go really low either. It's basically just an even, okay. But when you feel in the love, you can't help but spread that. You can't help but, I'm sure everybody feels it. Everybody that's around me, the people that I don't know. You are me. There is no separation in that idea of that aliveness. It's not separate from anybody. So when I'm feeling it and anybody's around, I'm sure they feel it. I don't know. That's another thing, that mind. I know, the I know mind. Whew, I get caught up in that. I know. But then when I'm proven wrong, okay, I was wrong. Sorry. And go on. Because that identity doesn't want to be wrong. It already believes it's wrong, but it doesn't want to be caught out that it's wrong. It's okay. It's okay to be wrong. It's really okay just to admit that you're wrong. That identity thinks it loses. That's another thing. It doesn't want to lose, especially with a game. Somebody who believes the game is serious. It's no fun to play a game like that with somebody. That's why when I play a game, it's fun. Doesn't say anything about me if I lose or if I win at all. It used to be where I'd rip up the cards. Peter has stories when we were young. We were building houses, those houses with cards. And then it kept falling down and I'd rip the cards. Or we played chess and I'd I believe that when you believe you're this body and mind, or a victim of life. That's the most angry people are victims. Yeah, it hurts. And there's so much anger covering the sadness. It's really sad, but anger is over. It's easier to express the anger than to get to the sadness. Wow, 45 minutes. That went fast. Since there isn't any questions, I haven't seen any questions here. Did anybody have any questions? She's on the phone. I don't know. I don't actually know. Comments, swipe left to reveal comments and reactions. I am swiping left, but okay, so apparently there weren't any. Oops. Swipe left. Okay, there's nothing. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me. I've been calling this unchurch because it is not what the church teaches you about heaven and hell and God being in the sky damning you to hell. That's what they use to control people, to keep us down, keep us believing that there's a God judging us. The whole judgment comes from within our own minds. That's basically the message for today. All right. You guys have a wonderful Sunday and the rest of your week. I love you all. 'Cause you're me. We're not separate. Have a great day. Bye.